Welcome to the Red River Valley of North Dakota, a land flowing with milk and honey. You're watching Beet Farmin Mitch. Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The coffee is hot, the sun is bright, the beets are growing. It's 64 degrees, a nice cool morning, and so we're gonna go pick some bolters today, pull some bolters out of the ground. And so basically a bolter is a bolting sugar beet. I will explain some more of that in a little bit, but first we gotta go get gas at the farm because we are gonna go gas up our four-wheelers. We like to use that. We kind of discovered that the last couple years. It makes things much easier. So my dad and I are gonna go pull some bolters in some beet fields today, and should be a good time. So let's go to the farm, let's get some gas, let's get fueled up, and let's pull some bolters. Go juice. Go juice. Yeah, Jason's going out to cultivate headlands today. So he's on our Oliver 1650 right now. And the reason that we do that is we usually go to our dry bean fields, our pinto bean and navy bean fields. And we go do just kind of like the corners where the planter's turned around. Couple reasons. A, there's usually some weeds that start to grow there. We like to cultivate those out. And B, it looks really nice. You know, we like to take care of the land that we steward. So he's going out to spend a day on the Oliver. You know, my dad used to plant with that tractor, with a 12-row planter. He used to work from sun up to sundown. No auto steer. Gritzing it up all day outside. Ah, the good old days. Well, we got her gassed up, and don't forget to bring water. And one more thing I need to grab here. We call it a beet knife. It's kind of a funny looking deal. This thing looks kind of like an orc sword, but yeah, you take the beet, that little thing goes right in the beet, you pull it out and you cut it up with this blade here. Give it a quick sharpen. So we're actually just doing the field right around the farm here, so we got a nice easy drive. It's a beautiful day, great day for picking bolters. Help if I haven't drive. Our four-wheelers actually fit in between the beet rows, and we go on every sprayer track, and so we'll have one tire in the sprayer track and one in between, and it leaves a little tracks behind us, but not hardly anything. So it saves us a lot of time using the four-wheelers, and it works pretty good. So here we've got a bolter right where I was driving. It's a nice easy pull. Sometimes they're small enough where you don't have to use the tip on here. You can just pull it out by hand. You can see how it's a long sugar beet, and it's kind of going to seed on the top. That's literally what it is. It's called a bolter because it bolts. The sugar beets are biennials, meaning they have a 2-year growth cycle. So they actually aren't supposed to go to seed until the 2nd year of growth. And because of genetic traits and things like that, we need to destroy these in our fields. And you know, it can range from a couple to a few hundred in a field. So we got this one here. We'll slice and dice here and make a little chop suey. This one's a little bigger. On to the next one. So yeah, I was saying sugar beets are biennials, so 3 different types of plant growth are annuals, biennials, and perennials. And so reproduce once a year, so those would be like a lot of flowers in a garden or something like that. Where perennials are like trees, they keep growing every year and they reproduce every year. And then biennials have a 2-year growth cycle. Usually the first year is vegetative growth, and then the second year is reproductive growth where they grow their seeds. So like, I think radishes and onions, sugar beets, those are all biennials. And so yeah, because of genetic trading, we need to remove the bolters from the field. So that's why you get to have all this fun out here. But the four-wheelers make it much easier. We used to walk these all by foot, and then we realized, hey, our four-wheelers fit perfectly in between the rows. So it saves us a ton of time, a ton of energy, and we can really work more efficiently with them. But speaking of bolters, I spot one over here. Let's go get them. Batter up. Every once in a while you'll see something kind of cool, like here's a red sugar beet. Pull him up. You can see that red color in there. Interesting. So yeah, we don't actually have to pull the red beets, just the ones that are going to seed. I just point them out because they're kind of neat. Found another red beet. That one's got some good color to it. And the nice thing about pulling bolters too is that we get to go and see our fields hardcore in person, all of them, up and down pretty much every row, so it's good to see what the crop's looking like too. So when I'm out here, a good way to see the beets is I gotta crouch down, and if you crouch down you can really see the horizon good. And if you look, oh, what do we got there? We got a bolter. But obviously you wouldn't be that close, but like over there, you can see one there, and there's a couple more over there I gotta get. And you see my dad way down there. So four-wheelers are very nice, because yeah, we used to walk all of this and the legs would be burned out. I would have like sugar beet wax from like here down from the leaves. I can actually kind of see it a little bit starting, but let's yank this puppy out. There we go. Just like chopping salad. But yeah, when we crouch down, you can see that one right there. So basically, you know, there could be, like I said earlier, a couple on a field, a couple dozen on a field, a couple hundred on a field. It all just depends on the soil, the variety. It changes every year. You never know what's gonna happen. It's just kind of, I'm not sure exactly what causes some fields to bolt more than others and different varieties more than others. You'll have a field of the same variety that doesn't bolt at all on a different piece of land. So and every once in a while you'll have something that throws you off, like, oh look, a bolter. Well actually, it is not a bolter, it is the weed common lamb's quarter. You can tell by the leaves there. Pretty easy one to identify out here. But here you can see one of the tracks from the sprayer. And so we keep one of our tires in the track and then one of them not in the track. But yeah, no, it spaces out. You get 2 rows under each, or under the four-wheeler. It leaves a little track back here, but hardly nothing, you know. I mean, that'll pop right back up. This is the other sprayer track, so just this little one here, and then we just drive on that one that was there. So we'll either go on every spray track or every other, depending on how many bolters there are. This field has a lot, so that's why we're doing every sprayer track. My dad will go down one, I'll go down the other. Whew! Starting to get hot out here. Well, we got a trophy bolter over here. This looks like a good one. So I got fancy here and propped these up, but here is a regular sugar beet. You can see it's got the taproot and the leaves. That's about it, just vegetative. But here we got a taproot, we've got leaves, and we got seeds on the top. So that is an apples to apples or sugar beet to sugar beet comparison of bolters. Look who ran out to say hello. How you doing, Doug? Doing good? You know, Doug, I think we gotta train you to start picking bolters for us. How sweet would that be? You got some good K-9 grippers, don't you? You could go out and just pluck beets for us. How does that sound? He said it sounds good. Here's a little fun history lesson on sugar beets in the Red River Valley, and for that matter, back in the day. So interestingly enough, nowadays we have something called monogerm sugar beet seed. Back in the day, it was multi-germ sugar beet seed. So basically you had like a cluster of seeds, multi-germ, and they would come up and there would be like multiple sugar beets that grow, and they would grow way too thick and it was kind of a disaster. And so back in the day, they used to have to thin sugar beets. So they would have all these different tools like sugar beet thinners and these block things. And then people would have to go out and hoe these blocks by hand, and it was just a lot of work. I have a guy from my church. He used to work at the lumber yard in town, and he said that they used to sell like 100 hoes a year during sugar beet thinning. But I'm fortunate enough, I didn't have to grow up with that. But nowadays we gotta do bolters. So yeah, so now we have monogerm beet seed. So we have one plant per seed. So a seed gets planted, comes up. So we're way more accurate. We can grow beets spaced more accurately, and so they just do better. We're gonna keep chewing away on the bolters and finish all these up, and hopefully start combining some wheat next week and gear up for harvest next week, hopefully. So we'll see what happens there. But anyway, thank you for watching. This is Beet Farmin Mitch. Don't forget to keep it sweet.